Invictus, my kings, and welcome to What If the Latin Empire Survived? Yes, survived until 1444 in EU4. And yeah, that's the playthrough. I created a little bit of a special scenario here where we will get to play as the Latin Empire, and in a world where the Latin Empire survived and sort of stopped the rapid growth of the Ottomans, protected the Balkans from becoming a plaything of the Ottomans, and in general thrived and also converted the populace to Catholic. Yes, indeed. So this is the setup for today's video and this little series that we're doing over here. Nothing too crazy, nothing too major, nothing earth-shattering, just a little bit of fun because we like to have a little bit of fun with you on this channel. So let me give out the privileges. Let's do free enterprise and cater to the bourgeoisie. Not the burgers, but the bourgeoisie, because we are French culture, because we actually formed the Latin Empire with Cyprus. So we are French cultured, and yeah, that's about it. Religious diplomats. What do we need? Clerical ministers for the missionary strength, and we can form French nation. We're not really going to be doing that. The goals of this campaign is to, well, we're going to conquer as much of the Eastern Roman Empire as possible, right? We're going to be conquering the Eastern Roman Empire, the Balkans, Anatolia, Mashriq, Egypt, and well, we're just gonna replace the Eastern Roman Empire as the Latin Empire is going to be a stand-in for the Eastern Roman Empire. Let's get a yearly inflation reduction, diplomatic reputation, and let's get a discipline advisor, and let's look for some allies. Let's wait until the game recalculates a little bit. There we go. So I would love to get I would love to get Austria. Can we fairly close to getting them, actually? So let's get Austria, let's get Hungary. I would also love to get Aragon, or at least Castile. Fairly far away from gaining Castile. There we go. The game recalculated itself, and we are great power number 5, just under the Mamluks, just behind the Mamluks. We are great power number 5. Very interesting. Well, whatever. Let's take a look at the government reform. We are a crusader state. Heirs can become generals. Rules can become general. Is a monastic order. Don't really understand that because we are not a monastic order. We are a monarchy. And we are an empire, but we are a monarchy. And the reform modifiers gives manpower recovery speed plus 15%. And permanent casus belli against neighboring heathens and heretics. We get the Deus Vult CB. Let's look at our Latin ideas. Our Latin traditions give us discipline plus 5%, missionary strength versus heretics plus 3%. When we have gained our Latin ideas, we'll also gain an extra missionary. Then we got Emperor of Constantinople, so yearly legitimacy and vassal force limit contribution. Then we have some papal influence and career power cost, stability cost, advisor and advisor cost, global trade power, galley combat ability, cavalry combat ability, cavalry to infantry ratio, unjustified demands minus 25%, war score versus other religions minus 10%. That's actually really good. Diplomatic reputation plus 1, and manpower and true faith provinces plus 15. So fairly decent set of ideas over here. And let's also find another Lithuania. Now that would be an interesting one, but let's we could go Akuyunlu for the time being, but I want to sort of role play a little bit as sort of a crusader empire that's out to reconquer the Holy Land and the Eastern Roman Empire. I want to sort of roleplay a little bit, so I don't want to ally non-Christian powers. Maybe Lithuania. Let's see how many. We already allied to the Papal State. You know what? I'm gonna wait for Aragon, and Austria, because there's no point in really doing anything else. Let's set these things up, and I think the first target of our little expansion is actually going to be let's get this guy going. Bam, there we go. And I think our first target of our little expansion is actually going to be Serbia. And there we go. I can already link with Austria, so that's absolutely wonderful. So let's link with Austria. And they're already sending me an alliance offer. That's absolutely great. What about Aragon? Aragon, nothing, no luck yet, but we can get Castile. So let's get Castile, and let's forget about Aragon. We have a unique mission tree. Already obviously formed the Crusader mission tree. Already have the Latin Empire branch completed, obviously, but we need maritime allies if we want to get Malta, which has the Malta forts, which gives extra war score versus other religions. Now, we already will get some from our idea set, but it's going to be even more beneficial to get them. And looking at the map right now, I can see we have way too many forts. There we go, for maintenance, -9, way too many forts. We really do not need all these fortifications for what we're going to be doing here. These forts kind of suck anyway, so that should be good enough. And maybe, actually, the one in Gallipoli and the one in Constantinople can stay. The one in Gallipoli is actually quite good. Kocaeli, quite okay. Thessaloniki, not the best, but I'll keep it for the time being, and then we will shift to something like Kosovo or Skopje or something like that. But, yeah, let's get ready for the first war. And here we go, time to start a holy war against the Serbs. Let's do cleansing of heresy. They're only allied to Bosnia and Wallachia. Can we co-belligerent Bosnia? Yes, we can. That's gonna call in silly. What about Wallachia? We could co-belligerent Wallachia, but I don't really want to do anything with them, so let's just do something like this. Let's just go. I have an independent army just to fill out my land force limit. In fact, we are a little bit over. So let's just go and dunk on these fools, because we have a little bit of extra discipline from our idea set, and I think we absolutely destroyed them. Actually, we wiped them from the field, so that's obviously very nice. And yeah, this is going to be a fairly simple war. I will probably vassalize Bosnia. Bulgaria obviously exists. They are allied to Herzegovina. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with Bulgaria. Probably just gonna take them out as soon as I deal with the other people in the Balkans. At first I want to focus on the Balkans, and then whoever comes on top of this little shebang going on here in Anatolia, that's what we're gonna face. I have a feeling the Ottomans are actually gonna win. I have a feeling the Ottomans are actually going to win, and so it's going to be a little bit of a samey scenario, just as always. You know, you fight the Ottomans, but I might be surprised. Might be Karaman. From size alone, Karaman sort of seems like it would be the best contender for who's actually going to come out on top of the Anatolian mess. But we'll see what happens, obviously. For the time being, it's time to take out Serbia and Bosnia. What we are also going to do is, in fact, flip to Greek culture. Yeah, there we go. We're going to flip to Greek culture, and we are also going to accept Turkish culture. There's no point in having Francian. That's completely pointless. It just doesn't do anything. There's no French. There are no French territories that we control. It's just a leftover from the fact that we obviously are Crusader remnant. But in this little scenario that I created, let's say the Latin Empire has been around for quite a while and has Grecified itself a little bit, taken the place of the Byzantine Empire, the Eastern Roman Empire, and has turned a little more Greek, has become the stand-in for the Byzantine Empire, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, so in this little scenario, while we are Catholic, we will be Greeks. And yeah, we were basically just kind of a Catholic Eastern Roman Empire. Alright, so let's go and let's vassalize Bosnia. Latin vassal, take all their money. Bam, there we go. So one goal accomplished of this little war. We now have a little bit of a vassal situation going, and with Serbia, we obviously want to full annex them. Mostly because of the gold mine, but also to clean up the borders a little bit. We're gonna fully occupy them, we're gonna basically full occupy, full annex, do everything like that, just to grow our borders northwards a little bit. And bam, there we go. Wallachia has been pieced out, and with Serbia, we can now sue for peace, take everything. Bam, there we go. Core everything up. We should have just about enough. Yep, there we go. Let's take a look at the Bulgaria. Guaranteed by Hungary. Ooh, that's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, that's a little bit of an issue. But if we declare war on Herzegovina, we still have a truce with Bulgaria, but we might be able to maybe we could vassalize them. Probably not. So let's just wait until what happens with Bulgaria. We'll leave them be for the time being. Instead, we will go against Albania. Yes, indeed. Alright, Albania wartime. This should be relatively simple. Call in the Papal States to take care of Siena. Bam, there we go. Attack. We have a little bit of a fleet situation going on, inherited from the previous owner, but the Albanians do have a... Oh, they actually got hands, man. That was quite a battle, but we'll destroy their pitiful little army. Bam, there we go. And our fleet will help with the sieging of the forts. They have actually 2 forts over here. Both of their provinces have forts. So this will be quite a lengthy... yeah, sure. This will be quite a lengthy process, but... interrogate the Galata. Yeah, sure, let's go. This will be quite a lengthy process, but... Oh, lots of pop-ups. Don't care about... the desire of flesh. Yeah, who cares? That's our ruler, a little bit of a cook, but what can you do? We are getting cucked, but at least we are taking the Balkans by storm. Maybe he's taking out his marital unhappiness on the Balkans. You can never know in these situations what they are up to, these people. Herzegovina is still only allied with Bulgaria, so they're probably next on the chopping block. Let's see about Ragusa also without allies or guarantees, so that's the next person we're gonna go for. Dalmatia, would Dalmatia be willing to become a vassal? Not quite. So, yeah. The setup that I'm going definitely changes the Balkans quite a bit. Definitely changes the Balkans and the situations in the Balkans quite a bit. But at least it's a little bit more fun. Let's take a look at Anatolia. No obvious winners yet. No obvious... dominating forces yet in Anatolia, but we'll see what happens. Obviously someone's gonna pop out of here and be a big challenge. Maybe even the Mamluks are just gonna eat up the whole thing, and then we'll have to fight several big large wars against the Mamluks. It's also a possibility, so anything can happen, but we are still sitting on these 2 forts. It's gonna take a while. Alright, Albania fully occupied, not that terrible. And bam, there we go. So Albania is donezo, and we are currently making our moves onto Ragusa. I think the Mamluks I just saw a pop-up that they are now going after Ramazan. They have claims all over Anatolia, so we have claims all over Anatolia. So the clash of titans here in the Middle East is inevitable. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Currently focusing on the Balkans, you know how it is. No reason to get involved in Anatolia yet. Let's see who might possibly become a rival. Ooh, these are quite big numbers. Not a corner except an Orthodox. Yeah, even, yeah, they're still coring, so obviously not a core. These two can start coring too. And let's extend loans and let's continuing on. And our truce has just ended. Alright, Ragusa finally gave up and we can annex them. Bam, there we go, full annexation. Let's turn this B into a core. And I think I'm actually gonna chill out for a while now because actually Rome, the papal state spawned the Renaissance. Very interesting. But I'm actually going to chill out for a little while, just get everything up to Tech 4, because we are actually quite behind, especially on admin, because it was coring so much here in the Balkans. And yeah, we are behind a little bit, so we will get up to Tech and then embrace the Renaissance, and then we'll see what we will do. So yeah, a little bit of chilling time, I guess. Alright, so as you can see, the dastardly Bulgarians actually just completely ate up Wallachia, so we cannot allow that to happen. No, we cannot. So let's call in Poland, Austria, Papal State, co-belligerent Herzegovina. Absolute overkill, but let's go. Let's deal with it, and let's see how much can we take from this war. Could we fully annex them even with their Newton? No, we can't. So we'll probably have to do 2 and 2. Split it in half, make Bulgaria the new Wallachia, and then we'll eat him up eventually completely. Let's see. Oh, one of our trading ships got a little bit murked, but it's all good. It's all good. Let Poland and Austria and the Papal State deal with Hungary's armies. We aren't really all that bothered about it. All I will do is just siege and then reap the spoils. That's what I will do. Alright, it's time to peace out. So let's go to Herzegovina, give both of those provinces to our faithful vassal of Bosnia. And then go to Hungary. Let's wait for the diplomats to come back. Bam, there we go. Let's get war reps, all of their money, and transfer trade power. Actually, could we make them do something? That's a little too much. Actually, no, that's a little too much. Let's not do that. Bam, there we go. Now I can... No, I can't actually. Didn't get enough of the cash. But now what I can do is actually peace out Bulgaria. And since a whole bunch of these provinces got captured by Poland and Moldavia, we will do something like this. Just to keep them in the corner over there. Could be, no, that's occupied by Poland. This is occupied by us, but I don't really feel like it. And yeah, we will eat up the other half of Bulgaria in the next war. At least we don't have to deal with too many provinces to core. And in our government reform, we are okay when it comes to manpower. We're gonna be using mercs for a little while. But let's do curtail noble privileges. And yeah, I think that should be fine for the time being. Okay, so time to go up against Bulgaria again and maybe finally deal with them. I released Wallachia instead of coring these two provinces, simply because the reconquest is going to be a little bit cheaper than going full hog on against them. And yeah, over the little break, I also completed the Maritime Allies mission because Aragon became a junior partner of Castile, and we have good relations with Castile, so they give us Malta. Absolutely brilliant. Then I bumped up the Kosovo gold mine up to 10. And it's currently being converted, so gold is definitely keeping us afloat quite a bit, but we are making decent money from taxation and production and trade as well. And yeah, Bulgaria has now allied Muscovy. They're still being guaranteed by Hungary, so let's call in all the boys once more, and let's finally clean up the Balkans. Let's do it for Trigovice, or Tirgoviste, there we go. Let's immediately go for Toltsu, just to grab a hold of it. I also unlocked the first idea set, which is quality ideas. Probably going to be quality, religious, admin, diplo, or diplo admin more rather. Religious obviously for the conversion. We don't necessarily need the Deus Volt CB because we already have it obviously. But the conversion is going to be very useful when going into this general area, and even then I'm already converting quite a bit and farming papal points from it. So yeah, that's the general gist of it. I think the boys here will have a easy enough time cleaning up the Hungarians, and then they will probably turn their attention to Muscovy. But yeah, we'll see you once this war is over. There we go, the boys pieced out Muscovy with absolutely 0% help from my side, as it should be. The power of alliances, and there we go, we get the last jousting tournament, so that's absolutely wonderful. We can now fully annex Bulgaria, call all the provinces up. Wallachia has its provinces returned, so we can integrate both Wallachia and Bosnia in the upcoming parts. And that's it for part 1, Kings. In the next part, we'll take a little bit of a gander here at the fine mess that is Anatolia. We can see the Mamluks obviously encroaching on it. The Caramans have grown a little bit. The Ottomans had a little bit of a resurgence, but then they flopped completely. Now they're getting occupied by Chandar, I think it is. So yeah, in the next part we'll head into the fine mess that is Anatolia, and we will aim to capture as much of it as possible. Probably going to get into some major wars against the Mamluks, but that doesn't matter. That's what our alliances are for anyway. So thanks, Kings, for watching, and I will see you next time.